Wow. Welcome to Targeted, the show for masculinity and success. And I'm your host, Atlas Altman, former military commander turned best-selling author, now bringing you a podcast that you can use for sharing stories from highly successful men so that you can figure it out for yourself. Welcome. This is Targeted.
I think I was 2 months ago old when I discovered that I can put in ChatGPT as a personal trainer, give me a specific workout that'll help me train for my shoulder recovery. And I'm like, and then it gives me like these exercises and where to go to watch them on YouTube. And I'm like, holy crap, why didn't I do this earlier?
And then it will be like, do you want me to create a customized plan? Like it keeps helping you.
Yeah. It asks you the questions you didn't answer.
Yes.
But like 2 years ago, that was not a thing.
Yes.
So it's really getting a lot more powerful.
Can I give you one other?
Yeah, give me one. Yeah, give me one.
And so, like, of course, the company has an attorney.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But depending on the contract, I upload it to ChatGPT and say, give me your concerns. What should I be concerned about? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so instead of paying $400 an hour, I'm paying $25 a month for amazing legal advice.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, I do the same thing for like speaking contracts. I will have it go through an AI, and I'll ask the question, what should I be concerned about? That's it.
Exactly.
And then it gives me, these are the things. And a lot of times it's like, if you're going to put limitations on me, then I need to put limitations on you. This is how that should be worded in legal speak. Then I'll use like Rocket Lawyer and pay like $100 for, a random lawyer to do it on their free time.
Right.
What's amazing though? I love that we went to legal on this, because I used to retain a lawyer. I used to have a lawyer. Now I don't, because I get a lot faster services through the things that are available in technology. And a lot better advice, to be quite frankly.
100%.
Because I'm not giving any legal advice. Let me just stipulate that right now. I am not certified to do that. I'm just telling you from my personal experience. I noticed that I get a non-biased lawyer whenever I go to a service that provides me lawyers who are doing it on their free time. They're not trying to give me something that will keep me in their throes.
Right.
They're giving me quick answers that are going to keep me out of jail, going to keep me out of trouble, and they're good answers.
Yes.
So I just saw the update 2 weeks ago that ChatGPT put in legal framework so that you could ask questions and it would give you. And, I'm seeing very similar responses between what I give to Rocket Lawyer and what I'm seeing in AI. I'm not saying, again, not legal advice, but I love that you brought that up, because it will absolutely help you for free.
Well, yeah. And there's so you, in ChatGPT, you can create your own ChatGPTs, just like I did with employees. Mm-hmm. But there's an open marketplace. It's been around, I don't know, maybe a year. But like on the financial example, if you typed in CFO, there are probably 30 ChatGPT CFOs that CFOs have created specifically for that purpose.
That's
so whatever you want to do, you can go in that marketplace, travel, whatever it may be, and get the info you need. It's like I said, if you're not looking at that stuff and learning about it, do it.
All right, Hobbies. I know you're an outdoorsman. I know you like to be on the water, you kayak. And boating and just being out on the water. Have you used ChatGPT to find those secret spots or anything like that? Like, have you used it for your hobbies as well?
100%. So, actually, right now the audience probably doesn't know, but every year I literally drive 6,000 to 10,000 miles across the country and meet with people, because I think the human connection, there's nothing like it. But I will say, ChatGPT, I want to leave on this date. I want to be back on this date. Where, for this type of business I'm looking to do, where's the best places to stop? Create a map for me. Give me campgrounds that make sense. It creates the whole itinerary for me in literally minutes.
That's awesome.
And it would take me hours to plan out.
That is so, Remember when we used to have printed maps and we'd be flipping through here? I don't know if you ever did AAA.
MapQuest?
Yeah, MapQuest too. And we'd be like just looking at the
Yes.
paper like, I think we missed the exit.
So, a funny story about MapQuest. I was in Jersey, Newark, and it was, traffic. I was stressed out of my mind, flew in, and I had MapQuest, and I'll never forget it because I'm looking at MapQuest, and in Jersey, it said on MapQuest, take the jug handle. I'm like, what the hell is a jug? I didn't even know what a jug handle was. Turns out, at Jersey, they have all these like turnaround. Like,
Yeah, they do.
So I learned that, but that was from MapQuest.
Yeah, that's so interesting. The other thing that really gets me is like I used to pull horse trailers, and there are roads that you cannot pull horse trailers on. So the MapQuest would give me, like, I'm a regular car. It would give me the directions, and then I'd be on a highway or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, get off the highway! These people would be so angry at me because I didn't realize that was a thing.
They told me.
Yeah, because the map. You don't
Not
have
my
it.
fault.
People don't do that anymore.
Yes.
They definitely have a lot better handle on things. When I was walking uphill both ways to school, carrying pails of water because we didn't have running water.
And 10 feet of snow.
You remember that? You remember those days? Yeah, that's prior to the internets. But yeah, man. So I keep going forward, coming back. I'm gonna come back one more time to your police time. Tell me, what was the most exciting part of being a police officer? Do you have a story where you had to engage the inner Casey and come out and raw,
Yeah,
and then
I
do that dump of adrenaline?
I do. Obviously, there's many.
Yes.
But one that sticks with me is we got a call of a man with a shotgun at a trailer park.
Oh wow.
Saying he's going to shoot up the trailer park. So I'm the first one there, right?
Just you.
This is young, stupid Casey. I think I'm invincible. I don't know, maybe I'm 23 at the time. I don't know. And so I get there, and my partner gets there, whatever, let's say a minute later. And the smart thing to do would have been call SWAT. But I'm like, God, this is stupid tactically. So I'm like, I will kick the door down. And I remember I was scared. So I kicked the door, and then my buddy's behind me. And so I kicked the door, and it bows, but it doesn't break. And I'm like, shit, now he knows I'm at the door, right? I mean, not a good place to be. So then I kick it again, and I do break the door. But then they call the doorway the fatal funnel because light is shining on, like you're.
Yep.
And then I remember like thinking to myself, oh shit, like I didn't want to go in.
Yeah.
And my partner's like, go, he's like, go, because I'm standing in the fatal funnel.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to clear the house, my heart, hyper vigilant, my heart's high.
Yeah.
And I'm going around, and I don't find them, but there's a room with another door. Shit, we gotta do this again, right? And so I kicked that door down, and the guy, he didn't even have a shotgun on him. He was sitting in a chair like you.
Yeah.
And I just plowed him as hard as I could. But that was, looking back, like there's many stories, but that's one I look back and think, man, I'm lucky. Stupid tactically, like really stupid.
The difference between stupidity and bravery is often the outcome. So that sounds pretty brave to me.
It worked. I'm going to knock on wood. Yeah, it worked. But it was not smart.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Yeah, I can definitely tell you younger versions of us probably have lots of those stories where we shouldn't be alive today.
But you get older,
Thank God.
you think about mortality a little bit. Like, well, if I do that, I might die. Like the older you get, you start thinking about the consequences.
Well, I mean, did you process that probably when you immediately you're like, wait a minute, what did I just do?
Oh, yes.
I mean, when the first time you kicked the door and you're like,
yeah. Now I just let them know.
Yeah, that's not good. And then you saw a second door. You're like, 3 times the charm, I guess.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, and I honestly, I was probably anxious after that for a few days because I thought how stupid,
Yeah.
Quit. And
did anyone talk to you about it? I mean, you didn't do anything wrong. You got the call. You answered but did anyone say, hey, dude?
Oh yeah, the chief for sure.
Oh yeah, knew it.
That was not smart.
Hey man,
don't do that again.
been meaning to talk to you about this.
Yes.
How'd that conversation go?
I don't remember it vividly, other than, and honestly, even before he talked to me, I was like,
Yeah.
that was stupid.
That's the thing, you know. But it's the nail in the coffin whenever Chief's like, hey, I want to see you. You're like, yeah, I know what that's about.
But you know what I do? Like, I'll give you another example, and it's kind of the same mentality. I was on the boat, me and 3 buddies, we anchor. My one buddy is one of my best friends. He says, I got to use the restroom, and there was a bar up on the beach.
Yeah.
And so he gets in, and he starts walking to the beach, and it's rough out that day. I probably shouldn't even have been out. And he yells to us guys. He goes, help. And we thought he was kidding. And I was like, just stand. And then like a minute later, he yelled help. And I was like,
it's real.
It's real. I'm not a great swimmer.
Yeah.
I didn't even think to grab a life jacket, anything. I just dove in, swam. And I remember swimming to him and looking back and telling my buddy Mark, get the life jackets. And he goes, I don't know where they are.
Yeah, great.
So I'm out there. When I get to him, he literally told me as soon as you got there, I gave up. Like, he was out of gas.
Yeah.
He was hanging on one arm. I am literally I'm not moving with him. And I'm yelling to the beach, we're drowning, as loud as I can. And so, I don't know, some superstar swimmers came out and pulled us in. But literally, my buddy, they pulled him up by his arms. The squad came and they released him from the hospital as a near drowning. The reason I tell you that is I didn't think. Like, if I was smart, I would have grabbed a life jacket.
Yeah.
Before I dove in.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that phrase, be wary of an old man in a profession where young people die? Like, you made it through that. You made it through that experience, and now you have the wisdom that you'll always know where the life vests are. You probably tell everybody, hey,
I do now.
I knew it.
Before we leave.
Yeah.
Here's where 100%.
Yeah.
And you talk about when I'm like, because when I was swimming out to him, he started to go under, pop up, under. And I'll tell you what stuck with me, because guys don't usually say this. We got back. Me and the other guys went out that night. He's like,
nope.
And he sent me a message that night I'll never forget. He said, I love you, man. I thank God for your mental and physical strength.
That's awesome.
And that's something guys don't,
No,
like,
they
that's how deep it was.
They don't say that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Boating world is always nuts. A friend of mine, his name is Matt. I haven't cleared this story through him. It's nothing bad. I just, I don't want to say the whole name without asking him for permission, but he came in for a visit. I took him out in the boat, and we were water skiing. And then there's a rock formation that we go to that we jump off of. And whenever I do it with the kids, I just motor around, and if they jump off and they can get in the boat, whatever. But when you're in water, there's no real standing still.
Yes.
And I think that's what's calming to me. And I have my history, my bloodline goes back to pirates in Ireland, stopping people from enslaving people in Ireland. So we used to steal their boats so that they couldn't take us as slaves. So the fighting on the water bit, I never really understood it until I got the full family history of like why I like being on the water. But there's not just sitting around. It doesn't happen like that on the water. And in life, I'm not the kind to just sit around.
Exactly.
So I feel comfortable in water because I'm always doing something.
That is so true.
And so whenever I'm with my friends and I feel confident about them physically, mentally, making good decisions and competency, I relax that a little bit, man. And we were out with Matt, and I was like, hey, let me show you this rock thing. It was me, my fiance, and Matt. That was it. And my fiance was in the boat, and she's not used to driving the boat and keeping it where it should be. So we jumped off the rocks a couple times, and he's still in the Army. He's still active duty right now. He's running miles a day. I don't run miles a day. Right. I lift weight. I pick things up. I put them down, and I have an old broken body. So my cardio, maybe not so good. But he's like, and he swims the half mile to the boat. And I'm like, shit. Well, I'm a decent swimmer. I'm not great, but I'm starting to swim, and I'm starting to get tired. And I'm like, I'm just going to sit here. And I'm just going to sit here. And then I started feeling it. And I got up to the boat, and I was literally 5, maybe 6 feet away from the boat. And my body was like...
Giving out?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, mental strength. And I'm like, "Urgh!" And I started digging in, right? And I went just a little bit further, and the boat started going further.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I can't
like
do this.
Like moving the finish line.
It's like, I'm like, oh, I can't do this. So I tried and tried and tried. And then my face, they said they saw it on my face. And I said, guys. And they're like, and Matt just jumped in, and he grabbed me and brought me to the boat.
Yeah.
And he's like, I saw it on your face. And I was like, man, thank you, man. I love you, man.
Yeah.
For real, I love you, because I may have been able to do it, but as a man, I didn't want, you know what I mean? I probably would have drowned.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, right.
I wouldn't have been like, hey, come help me. You know?
See, that's just it. And my buddy in the story I was telling you,
yeah,
he said he even waited.
That's how you know it's real.
You don't want to like be weak.
Right. No, you never want to appear weak as a man.
100%. 100%.
You know, so, yeah, man. Yeah.
The water, I mean, I will tell you, from that day on, like, I respect, even when I'm dropping anchor, like, if I don't know the area, I put a life jacket. Like, I don't mess around with that ever.
Dude,
anymore.
I don't either. So in Arizona, we have a lot of lakes. We have one that's really big called Lake Pleasant. It's gorgeous. You should go out there before you roll out.
Yes.
It's gorgeous. They have a dock and clear water, and it's a lot. But it gets choppy because we have strong winds that comes through here. And if you look up Lake Pleasant, where the docks were, like where they're trying to get boats out, they've wrecked boats out of this lake. Yeah, there's lots of lakes here, but you just don't know what's underneath.
Right.
And man-made lakes are the worst, so you could hit your head jumping out of the boat. Yes. Especially if it's murky water. So yeah, I'm very careful nowadays. I make the kids all wear vests. They're jumping in. They're jumping off the rock. I don't care.
I'm so with you.
Yeah. Wear a vest.
With you.
Well, I'm a good swimmer. I don't care.
Exactly.
Because like I did that without a vest, and now I wear a vest.
Yes.
Where I should be setting the example, I didn't. I had to almost die before I started thinking, man, I'm not that tough.
Well, that was me too. I mean, honestly, it took that
right.
Literally, where I when he was hanging onto my arm, this was the worst part about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was so out of gas. So I was yelling, we're drowning, but then I couldn't even yell. And my thought in my mind was, if I don't let him go, we're both going to die. Mm-hmm. So literally, I was contemplating in my mind letting him go so I could at least make it.
Man.
Worst thought of my life. But then they got us in time. But in my mind, I'm like trying to calculate, like, how much longer can I hold on to him and still make it back without, you know what I'm saying? That was like going on in my head. Like, but I want to let one of my best friends, it was terrible.
I mean, for people who are watching, people who are listening, I mean, don't listen to the story like Casey's telling it. Put yourself in that situation. Like, you have to really do a mental battle of like, do I let my best friend go?
Yes, it was terrible.
I mean, that would be a big.
And I will tell you, you know way more about PTSD, but I will tell you, and I don't know what this is, but ever since that, when I read about a drowning or something, it messes with me a little bit.
Yo, yeah.
So I don't know what that is. I don't want to call it I don't know what it is, but it definitely.
No, so I have a problem with the disorder part of PTSD. I don't think a lot of people, I think they diagnose it as a disorder so they can do whatever, get pills or extra talks. I don't know how that's diagnosed because I fought PTSD when I was getting out there. Like, you have PTSD? I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I don't have any disorders.
Right.
I don't have any mental disorders.
Right.
I'm perfectly fine. And I had to go through psych and like get them to clear me. But I have post-traumatic stress. So I did what I needed to do when I needed to do it. And I'm okay with that. Like, all the decisions that I had, I processed them, and I processed them after. And I think it's just revisiting that experience and processing it again.
Yes.
Like, could I do it better?
Yeah.
I don't think it's stressful in a bad way.
Yeah.
But it does haunt you.
It does. Like, when I read those, it just, I don't even know how to explain it.
It haunts you.
It brings it back, and like I don't know, it's weird.
So,
and again, I don't want to make it sound like it's worse,
man,
because some people go through much worse. But
I battle with this a lot.
Yeah,
because when I was in the military, I didn't kick any doors down. There was people that did that. They were trained to do that, or they had explosives and they blow them up. But I watched that, but I saw different things, I saw kids getting detonated and things that I wouldn't wish on anyone. You know what I mean? I saw, a lot of things that I wouldn't wish on anyone. But I always level check, because there's a lot of people that look at me and they're like, oh, that guy. No. You don't know what I've been through. And I compare myself to people that have been through more.
Right.
And I think as men, we do that. We diminish what that story, that's a powerful story, bro.
That
changed you.
It did.
But I'm sure you took that off the water and applied it to other things too. Maybe not even knowing you did it.
Yeah.
So we all take risks in a calculated form. And as we grow with experience, I think that changes.
Yes.
Is that right?
100%.
Do you agree? Yeah.
But what I really we were already great friends, but that
that really did it.
That brought it to another level. Yeah.
So have you heard of a book called 5 Love Languages by Chapman?
I've heard of 5 Love Languages, but not the book.
Yeah. So it's a book. And it's it's a 100-page read. It's real quick, man. You'll devour it today. But it's how people process a love. And it's not just for couples. I did love languages for everyone that I worked with. So if I had somebody in my original vicinity, whether they were an admin guy or a girl, or they were a secretary of mine, or they were one of my commanders, I would know what their love language was. And Chapman does that real quick. The 5 love languages are gifts. I'm going to give you a gift. The second love language is time. How much time you give to somebody. A physical touch, a hug or a pat on the back.
Yep.
And then acts of service, I'll do this for you. All right, so physical touch and acts of service are the ones that are the most visible. There's one more. I'll put it on the show notes. But basically, people have one of those as a primary. It's words of affirmation.
Yep, that's right. I knew that too.
Yeah. So good job, the attaboys, attagirls, those kind of things. I was trying to figure out who I'm talking to, and for you, I've always seen you display acts of service for people. You're not someone that says you're very humble and kind, but you act. You always act. Your primary is act. So whenever I look at you, if you took the test, I bet your number one way that you display that you care. Take love out of it. It's caring, is acts of service. You actually act on something. So whenever you're saying you saw your buddy drowning and then you just immediately acted, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Casey.
Yes, but it's it's funny because in business I recognize. I was listening to this podcast. It was kind of funny. The podcast said, I'm probably shoot, aim, fire, right?
Yeah.
So I hire leaders that, I would drive us over a cliff. I'm all about let's just go, right?
Yeah.
I've hired people not like me that will challenge me and say, Casey, wait. Have you thought about this, this, and this? So I recognize I am that take action person, but maybe too much. So I've surrounded myself with people that are going to also say, wait a second, have you thought about these things?
Yeah.
And so that's helped with our success. Because if you had a bunch of Caseys,
that's important.
We'd be...
Yeah. Okay. So is there a personality aspect to Scout where they're looking at the personalities to make sure that they fit in with the team, or that they fit in with the team model that you're describing?
Yeah. So when we do a job intake call, one of the things we ask is what's the company culture? Okay. And then what's the leadership philosophy of the hiring leader? So what's great about AI, and it's just getting better every day. Yeah. AI can even, because I've had a lot of questions from clients, AI can even detect passion, energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even if you answer all the questions right, but the way you do it is not, it can grade that as well. Now that's getting better and better. So it is it's so much better than just keywords.
Yeah.
It's context aware. even emotions. Like it's pretty crazy where it's going.
Well, so there's a lot of information that's publicly available now, and the spy world has become very popular. People are always looking at spies, and one of the biggest things that spies tell you is how to detect a lie, because they're professional liars. Mm-hmm. So I can see AI grabbing a hold of that and using it for good. If I'll say that, they'll use it for good, and that's detecting if somebody's lying about their resume and credentials. And one of the biggest things, just to spoil the word, did you get trained in that when you were a cop? Like
I did. It's called the Reed technique.
All right, tell me.
Interrogation and
Yeah. Tell me what you learned.
Well, there was a couple techniques that worked all the time.
Yeah.
One is, like, let's say I brought you in. I thought you did something. I was pretty confident, but I didn't have enough.
Yeah.
So I bring you in. I got a stack of videotapes, right?
Yeah.
And if I said, Atlas, I know you stole those 20 computers. If you did it, this is awesome to watch.
Yeah.
If you did it, when I accused you of that, there's a hesitation.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Yeah.
If you didn't do it, you deny it right away.
Yeah.
And it is that I found, the Reed technique has a bunch of techniques, but I found that one
to be the one.
100%. Because if you did it and I said, Atlas, you stole those 20 computers, you're going to sit there for a second.
Yeah.
It's kind of, oh shit, in your mind. You're thinking. But if you didn't do it, you say, Casey, I don't give a shit what your investigation. I did. And it is that one thing.
I don't know what AI told you, but I had that exact situation happen to me in Afghanistan. We bought these supercomputers for our programmers. So, because I was in innovation, so we were doing things on the cyber warfare front, if you will. And so I had these people that were cyber folks in the Army that were working for me for the cyber operations portion. And then I had innovators that were working with them to bring in data, and they merged. And so the cyber guys from the Army that weren't working for me like directly saw these supercomputers, and they're like, I'm taking those. So we moved from one forward operating base to another. Thank God, because we were about to be overrun. But when we moved, those computers disappeared from my innovation cell. I'm like, where'd those go? And they're like, oh, so has them. And I'm like, no, bring them back. And they're like, no, they're keeping them. And I'm like, no, I will be talking to their commander. And the first thing I said was, hey, did you guys take my computer? Hesitation.
Yeah, right there. I'm telling you.
It was so evident.
Crazy.
It was so evident.
Yes. And you learn, I'm telling you, that one worked. I'll tell you one other funny one. So let's say you and a buddy are doing something bad.
Yeah.
I bring you both into the station. I say, hey, Atlas, why don't you come with me? Your buddy's waiting in the waiting room, right?
Yeah.
I literally sit there with you just like this for 30 minutes. I don't say a word to you.
Mm-hmm. That bothers people.
I don't say a word to you. And then I take you back out to your friend.
Yeah.
And let you sit with your friend for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Guess what your friend's going to say? What'd he say? And you're like, it was
Nothing.
the weirdest thing. He didn't say anything. Your friend's thinking bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
So then I bring your friend in. Atlas told me all about.
Yeah.
And your friend's like, that MFer.
Yeah. Of course you did.
Exactly.
There's no trust there.
Yes.
Especially in the young ones.
Because they don't believe they sat there for a half hour and didn't say a word.
There's no trust amongst thieves.
But it's interesting because the Supreme Court ruled. I mean, nobody's just going to flat out. You're allowed to be a little deceptive, right? Because nobody's going to say, yeah, I stole. You got it. So those techniques are legal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And work.
Yeah. Quick techniques that I've learned in this whole thing that keeps coming up on my feed for some reason. Probably because we're going to talk about it. That's why I'll say it. But Andrew Bustamante, I think is how you say his name. He's got like long hair. He's very popular. He's been on Sean Ryan's show. I think Joe Rogan too. And he's basically a spy technique advisor or whatever. He has a lot of these things that are great. I think he was the one that said that if someone's lying to you, they'll blink a lot. They can't control it. They will just blink a lot. So I'm like, So I always ask the kids. I always trust them because you can do anything with your kids. It's a social experiment. You can be like, hey, did you do that? And then if I see them blink a lot, I'm like, and that's all I say. And then they're like, well, maybe I did do it.
Right. If you don't say that silence. And, yes. A lot of times people tell them themselves or you just let them.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
People
sure.
People will tell you who they are. You just have to listen.
Yes. Yes. The other technique, now that I think about it, that was very powerful is minimizing. So let's say I'm talking to a child molester. Literally, if I was like, Atlas, look, I've had those thoughts as well. I totally get it.
Minimizing it.
They're way more likely because they're like, oh, he gets it. You know what I mean? If I came in here and said, you disgusting, that's gross. Did you do this?
Yeah, you don't want to be part of that.
Tell that guy this.
Yeah.
But if I go in there and act like I have the same thoughts, then they're way more likely.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
It's total BS. You're sitting there blinking while you said it.
Stay with us as we stay on target with another awesome episode coming up next. We'll see you there. And subscribe to Targeted now. As an ambassador to buckedup.com, I get to give you our special discount. That's Atlas25 when you go to buckedup.com to get that special discount. Only for our listeners, Atlas25. Go to buckedup.com now.